Hey guys, Will here. In this video, we're going to go by the 3 ways to generate appliance repair leads. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. I've been actually generating the appliance repair calls. Whether I used to be a lead generator, right? And this is all about buying leads. Now we do, SEO, and we help people build their own lead generation systems. But this is a really crucial video for you guys to understand everything here. So let's start out with option number 1, right? It's buying leads. And at the end of the video, if you stay to the end, I'm going to show you my tier list for all of the lead vendors. So biggest mistake when buying leads, right, is that over trusting, right? Just thinking, oh, these guys aren't gonna screw me. These guys are gonna be great for me. They're gonna take care of me. I trust these guys. No, no. You gotta budget time to literally just flag and dispute leads, right? Because what they're gonna do is you gotta think about it. If you're going to a house, right? You're there, you're doing the initial diagnostic, you're quoting the repair, and then they're like, okay, we'll do the repair. And then a lot of times, you don't have the part in the truck, you need to come back to the house, and they're going to call you between that time, right? That lead, they may try to take that lead and make that a new customer for somebody else, right? So you've got to be on top of it, all right? Even the people at the end of the video, even the people on my S tier list, they do the same thing, right? It's just a dodgy thing. Everyone does it, so I guess it makes it okay. I don't know, but I would be careful, right, not to over trust. Common mistake number 2: overpaying, right? Just try new vendors. Sign up all of them. What I would do is I'd sign them all up, and I'd go in and I'd get a bunch of tracking numbers, and I'd just test them all out. And I'd have my, CSR, or if you're doing the CSR role at the moment, go through the end of the night and thumbs up to see which ones booked appointments and just compare. At the end of the month, oh, I booked X number of appointments with, I don't know, Inquirely. I booked X numbers of appointments with, I don't know, eLocal, right? Then you know where you're at, right? That's one of those things. Or you'll be overpaying forever, right? Because you got to think, this is a lead reselling market. These guys just buy and sell to each other at all point in time, right? They're just trying to get the best bang for the buck. So, common mistake number 4: stopping here and settling. Right? This happens so much, man. I talked to this guy. He was in, I don't know, outside of Tacoma, 12 techs, buying tons of leads, and that's all he did. And then one day, sure enough, the lead cost went up heavily. And he was just like, well, what am I going to do? So you can't settle there. If you're buying leads forever, you're like renting a business, right? You're renting a source of leads. You need to be able to get your own, right? Whether that's you slapping, a magnet on the refrigerator when you're done with a job, or that's you building up a Google business profile, your own website, your own assets. You need to do something like that. And common mistake number 4, I see this all the times, right? They're not building reviews at jobs. They're thinking, oh, I'm going to figure that out later. No, every single job you go on, you get a review. Every job, right? Google is just getting better at regulating reviews. If you don't get a job, if you don't get a review at the end of a job, you're leaving money on the table. All right? That's how it is. So let's go back. Let's go to number 2. Well, this is what we do more of, right? Building your own leads. Okay. There's going to be a lot of movement here. Should organize this a little better, but it is what it is. We're into it, and we're going through it. So, common mistake number 1: not owning your assets. So, owning your assets. Let's think about this. These are the three ways to never reset, right? In business, you don't want to reset from square one. Okay. When we had, what, 1,500 Google listings and, a lot of them got suspended, we had a bit of a reset, right? You'd never want to reset in business. So you always want to maintain ownership of your Google business profile. Like, absolutely, right? Number two, you want to maintain ownership of your website domain name. I don't care about the hosting. I don't care about any of that. Domain name. And then maintain core pages of your website, right? This is location pages, service pages, brand pages. For the Appliance Repair Company specifically, brand pages are going to be huge. Location pages are where you service. Service pages are what you do. Do you do stoves, cooktops, refrigerators, washers, dryers, everything, right? What brand do you do? This is how you get those small little keywords. That Samsung refrigerator, that ends up being a massive, compressor job. So, not owning your assets. Mistake number one. Mistake number two. Stupid business names, okay? I had to say it. Stupid business names. Too many of you guys. We see it all the time, okay? So there's 3 rules for naming your business, right? 1, categorical accuracy. Appliance repair is your category. It needs to be in the name. It can't be Joe's Appliance Service, all right? It can't be Fire and Ice Home Services. That does not work. It needs to be something appliance repair, okay? It's just, make sure it's unique. Search in your state. I have a big client right now who he's just getting bad reviews from somebody else in like another city in Texas that has the same name, and they just keep coming to him, 1 star, 1 star. And he'll reply with like, we aren't the people in San Antonio, but nothing he can really do about it unless he wants to fully rebrand. And I already told him, like, dude, you're responding well. The full rebrand's going to really halt your volume for a little while, so I would not recommend it. Short. You want a short, small. Leave room for of city when you get a second location, right? So if it's, Mike's or, Speedy. Speedy's so common though. You're going to have to find out something. Maybe it's Speedy. Then you have Speedy Appliance Repair of Wolcott. You have Speedy Appliance Repair of Stanford. All right, then it's easier. Mistake number 3, right? We got resetting with a new agency every 3, 6, 12 months. This happens so much, man. It's almost like we track everything here. I had this guy in Rhode Island. He recently quit. And I was like, why'd he quit? And he's like, I felt like I wasn't getting the attention I needed. I'm like, you were getting 60 calls a month, and you hadn't gotten a new review despite us telling you to get new reviews. And yeah. Like, why? Like this guy right here, we don't talk to him anymore, and he doesn't talk to us because he's happy. We just keep doing the behind the scenes work. Right? Now, when it comes to like the timeline of getting results, you want to be kind of understandable. Just say it's 6 months, right? Like this looks like month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but really you don't see the first month, or actually you don't see the first 2 months because he got no calls those months because his location was in another area he didn't want calls from. We ranked him there, and he's like, no, I need to be in this location. I said, oh, we're going to restart this thing, right? And he could have said F you and left and had the same problem with another agency, but he's stuck. And that's important. You want to stick with these guys for at least 6 to 12 months. Really see what they can do, right? Give them trust. Let them do some good work for you, especially if you have the dreaded Google Business Profile suspension. Can anyone tell me where this guy had his Google Business Profile suspended? Anyone tell me what month? What month? What month? Could it be April? Could it be March? Look at that dip, man. Getting 135 calls in April. What? 4 calls in? 4 calls? This is maybe 10 calls, right? Like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now, this guy went and changed the address on his own. So maybe I'll make a video of like what not to do with your Google Business Profile. So we got those things down, right? We know what we need to do, right? Number 3, advertise your own brand. That's the third way. Now, this is important. You know how it says advertise your own brand? This isn't buy ads. This is advertise your own brand. Okay? Very big. This is very, very different. So a couple people on the tier list, and I put them at A tier, because what they do is they literally just do ads for you, which is cool, and it helps, but you want to advertise your own brand, right? Because if they're going to spend the money on the ads, you want it to say your business, not somebody else's. Okay, so common mistake number 1 is kind of the same mistake as last time. You don't own the assets, right? The agency hired owns your LSA/Google Ads, Google guaranteed, right, in your Google Ads account. Now, I know there's big appliance repair marketing companies that won't let you have access to the Google Ads account, and that's great. Don't use those guys. You know, hire somebody good, or you think's good. Let them build that thing up. Keep ownership. Okay. Number 2, common mistake. People do this all the time, and it bothers our ad managers so much. Turning the ads on and off, guys. Think about this. You run a real business, right? You run a real business. If you run a real business, would you be turning your ads on and off? No. You just let it run, right? This is how you destroy the trust of Google, and it always hurts your ad performance. Just easy. Just an easy way. And common mistake number 3, relying on ads, right? You want to be Googleable, referable, everything. Try not to show this guy's number, but dude, I'm sorry. I looked all through Dallas and tried to find the worst appliance repair company. And my friend, you popped up, right? This is where, like, I guarantee this company has done more than 18 jobs in their life. I guarantee they've done like hundreds, if not thousands of jobs. But they didn't bother to get reviews on those jobs, right? 1. And they must have just canned their SEO company or their website guy, because they have no website. Right? Don't be this guy. You want to be Googleable. You want to be referable, or you'll be cancelable, right? Definitely have a misspelled cancel on there, but whatever. We're just getting this content out there, okay? You need to be cancelable. You ever get those calls? They're like, that was a crap lead. They scheduled their appointment for Thursday, and then, Wednesday came along and they canceled. Well, chances are, during that time, they use their fingers here. Or in fact, their voice, at this point, voice search, to double check to make sure you're not a piece of shit. And if they found a piece of shit, damn right they're going to cancel. So, in the perfect opinion, what you would do, all right, I'm going to get to the tier list in 1 sec. We're almost at the end. What I would do is I would start by building your own leads. And then I would figure out which is cheaper. right? To advertise your own brand or to buy leads. I just figure out which one's cheaper for you. It's just gonna, and then I would do more of that until you no longer need to, right? Pro tip, multiple locations. The people generating the leads that you buy, they do that. Why shouldn't you? All right, pay-per-call vendor list. Let's get right into it. This is the pay-per-call vendor list for appliance repair companies. Okay, S tier. S tier is like, these guys are overpowered. eLocal, Service Direct, Inquirely. Those three are, all of them are good. Now, you want to remember, they're all going to try to give you some BS one way or another, right? It's like that second call that you get when they're checking to make sure the parts is coming. They're going to try to resell that as a first call for somebody else. You want to make sure those leads go back to you. A tier, Goodser AMJ. These guys, they both know how much an appliance repair lead costs via Google Ads. And they're right on target, and they just sell it for more. Personally, they're on S tier. They're on A tier, not S tier, because I would want you to do the advertising. That'd be the bottom line of it. B tier, Craftjack, Thumbtack. You know, Craftjack actually gets leads really weird. It's like via blogs, you know, with a little pop-up. It says, you know, you could be Googling for, you know, your DIY Halloween decoration ideas, and then it pops up, do you need your appliance repaired? Do you need to hire a home pro? Right? That's how Craftjack gets their leads. So it's questionable intent. Thumbtack, I think is still a race to the bottom. I almost want to put them in C tier, where it is shared leads and it's a race to the bottom bidder, and you just don't want to buy them unless you're the only guy in. If you're the only guy in town, sure, get them, right? But if you know there's other people who would happily beat you on price, don't use it. Well, I'm Will. That about sums up my 3 ways to generate appliance repair leads. So, if you have any questions on this, you want to dive a little deeper, just hit a comment, right? This is a new channel, so I don't know, get a lot of action. If you comment here, I'm going to actually read it, and I'm going to reply, and I'm probably going to make a video about it. So, what do you learn here, right? We learned we can either buy leads, build our own leads, or advertise our own brands. Those are the 3 ways to generate appliance repair leads. I will. See you guys soon.